Hello, Gemini. So before we begin your reading, I have two cards for you, one from Lay Vampire and one from Chakra Wisdom. And what you pulled here is pretty powerful. So from Lay Vampire, you pulled Enlightenment, Inspiration, Epiphany, Innovation. This card is speaking about how there will be a shift in your thinking and a breakthrough regarding difficult situations. This is about independence and freedom of thought and thinking. So you're in the process of seeking that enlightenment right now, which is beautiful. But then you have isolation from Chakra Wisdom. This card is telling you that you are on the verge of doing something big, but if you don't participate, it will pass you by. This is about making excuses and feeling like you are never prepared to do something. So you cannot do that to yourself, but I feel like you're going to have a breakthrough here with enlightenment showing up. For some of you, there may be this period where you're just isolating yourself from the rest of the world and not wanting to participate in your life. And enlightenment is saying that you're going to have a breakthrough, which I like seeing it. All right, Gemini. Here is the energy coming through. Talking about isolation, yeah, you could be stuck with thoughts of the past. So the Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. This is about remembering childhood memories, that feeling of security from childhood friends. It could suggest somebody from the past coming through as well. But this is also about restoring harmony back into your life. But every time I see that, there's this overwhelming feeling of being stuck in thoughts from the past and being stuck in that. And then when you look at that with isolation, it could also suggest that, you could be feeling like maybe the best of all the years have passed you by. So let's see where the past is leading you. In the past, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is all about reevaluating your situation. This is where you are looking at what you have and you're saying, what can I do to change this? Or what can I do to create more? And with the sevens, when you look at that connected to the Chariot, it's like thinking about how you're doing things now and if it's working for you. And if it's not, maybe this is time to take a risk and change things. And it's like reevaluating the past. Oh, yeah. And the present, the moon. The moon is all about confusion blocking your intuition. This is where your conscious mind is not doing you any favors. This is where you need to start paying attention to your intuition and your dreams. And, to me, it's like, yeah, there's going to be a breakthrough here somewhere. You're looking at the past and you're reevaluating it, and something in the past just isn't right. And it's like you're on this verge of having this breakthrough. But, looking at this and looking at isolation, it makes me think of somebody who's just blocking themselves off and all they see is the past. And right now they're not, participating in the moment. And I can understand with the moon sitting there. Gemini, what is going on? Future conditions, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is all about standing your ground and being on guard. This is where you are beat up. You are beat up emotionally, but you are ready to continue fighting and you've got your wall up. The problem with the person in the Nine of Wands, when they are on guard like that, they may miss messages coming through to them. But it's understandable. If something in the past made you feel like shit and you're reviewing it now, that Seven of Pentacles is like, man, we've got to reevaluate this and how we feel about it, because how you're feeling about it is beat up. And beat up emotionally at that. And the moon is like, don't, I worry here because, when we review the past, sometimes we have a tendency to create things in our past that weren't actually there to make it less painful, I guess would be the best way to put it. And with the moon, again, you don't want to get caught up in illusions. But, just looking at this with that 6 is like, yeah, no. Something in the past has got you blocked. And it's like you're wanting to reevaluate it. But you can't. It's like it's causing confusion for you. And you're just beat up emotionally. And you can't create things that weren't there. We'd all like to take past painful memories and go, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as what it was. No, you can't do that, And the past is what it is. It's the past. Your best path to follow, the 7 of Swords, is telling you that you need to protect what is important to you. And looking at that, with the 6 of Cups, to me, it's saying is your best path to follow is that you're going to have to leave something behind. And I feel like what you need to leave behind is painful memories of the past. Take with you the joy. Leave the pain behind. But again, with enlightenment, I feel like for some of you, there's going to be a breakthrough here regarding your past. Very nice. Very nice. I love it. I love it. So in your environment, the world, oh, I like seeing that because this is the complete end of the journey in tarot. And that whole sequence between Judgment, the world, and the Fool speaks about reincarnation and going again. But here you are enjoying the success and the abundance in your life. And this is in your environment. And that's good to see. It's saying that, again, you're going to have that breakthrough. And no matter what's going on here, it's like the other twin is coming up and saying, oh, hell no, we can have much better than this. We may have some pain in the past and some confusion regarding those memories, but here in your environment is saying you get to go again. And you get to bring all the good with you. That's good. That's good to see. And I like the 7 of Swords as your best path to follow. To me, this isn't the thief. This is advice to you. Leave the painful stuff behind. Let it go. Take with you the positive. Don't take the negative. Because again, when you speak about reincarnation, that whole sequence, you cannot move forward when you carry the bad shit with you. You just start to see the same things over and over and over again. And what you're trying to do here is to see things differently. Clearly you're wanting to see this differently. But I like seeing this. Oh, your hopes and your fears. The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. It is over with. You have to accept that the pain from the past is done. And again, you cannot carry it with you. The 10 of Swords is like hitting rock bottom. But there's nowhere to go but up. But you have to accept the end. It is over with. It is over and it is done with. No more. No more pain. This is definitely a new beginning. It's a new beginning for you to move forward without any pain from the past. And again, it's like there's this breakthrough happening. But I worry with isolation because, when you look at it and you think about, again, somebody being isolated and being stuck with all of this, it's like, no. You have to participate in your life and live in the moment. And yeah, something big is happening for you. It's in your environment. But you have to deal with this stuff first. And the outcome, oh shit. Seeing that to me is telling me that, once again, when you look at the Six of Cups and you look at the Knight of Cups, this could be somebody coming from the past back to you. Now, the Knight of Cups is a messenger, and his message is love and romance and creativity. But to me, this is the messenger of romance. This is like an opportunity for having some love in your life. And, you know, again, when you look at the Six of Cups and going back to childhood and remembering people from childhood, I don't see this Knight as a bad thing, not with the world sitting there, because this is your hopes and your fears. You know, if you're wanting to move forward and doing it with somebody from the past, whatever painful memories you have need to be done. It's got to be done. You have to let it go. Because this person is trying to offer you something. So now with the Knight of Cups, and again with the Six of Cups, looking at it as people from the past, right? This could be somebody you knew as a teenager. And the Knight of Cups represents water signs. So this could be somebody that has some emotional backing in their chart. Now, looking at it this way, it's like, you know, there is a possibility that this person may have beat you up emotionally at one point in the past. And it's like creating this confusion, and you're wanting to reevaluate it because it's like there's a second chance here. But I feel like it's going to be a better outcome than what you think. So, and then, you know, looking at it as the advice to you with the Knight of Cups. You know, this is about being open to new creative opportunities that may be coming through to you, or even open to romance that may present itself to you without being attached to somebody specifically. But yeah, with the Six and that Knight, yeah, to me, looking at it, this is somebody from the past that you may have known as, you know, teenagers. Because the Knights represent the teenage mentality, where a page would have been more like, you know, childlike. But, you know, there is this situation here where this person may have beat you up emotionally a little bit. And it's like you're on guard. Like, you know, I don't know. Because of whatever went on here. But regardless, these are things that need to be dealt with for you in order to experience this here. I mean, the world is beautiful. It's taking the journey again. And it may have to do with somebody. So once again, there are two ways for me to see this. And I love it. It's like both the twins are speaking here. So I feel like for some of you, there is some reevaluation of the past going on, and it's got you confused and you're beat up emotionally. And I'm wondering where this Knight is coming in. If this is somebody from the past possibly coming through, or if this is you working through past issues in relationships so that you can be open to having love again. The 10 in the world. These are both endings. And the world is such a beautiful card. And to see this in your environment is fantastic. Whatever painful ending was going on before, if it was in the past or if it's something that you're dealing with now, again, when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. And with the world sitting there in your environment, yes, you have a chance to go again. And with the Seven of Swords, definitely you need to protect what it is that's important to you. But the other part of this is leaving this shit behind. If it's not serving you, let it go. But I can't help but feel like there's this review of the past having to do with a relationship from somebody in the past. And I worry with isolation. Because I can picture it in my mind, somebody being isolated and closed off and reviewing the past and having this confusion going on and this feeling of being beat up emotionally. Don't do that to yourself. And, the other part of this too is feeling like you're never ready. You don't want to do that either if there are messages coming through to you about love and romance, or even strengthening a bond that you already have. And if you're having issues in a relationship right now, I feel like you're definitely going to have a breakthrough. You're going to deal with some stuff from the past, for sure. Now, whether it's a person, or whether it's just feelings, or whether it's past difficulties in the relationship you're in now, you're headed in a very good direction. But do not let these feelings linger, and do not get confused about them. Again, with the moon, this is about tapping into your intuition. Your conscious mind is not helping you right now. Start paying attention to what your gut feeling is telling you. And definitely stay open to this, because again, I really feel like you guys are headed for an amazing breakthrough here.